What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another Random Robber edition as we tackle another Discus episode. Today we're actually talking about what these fellas eat. So I actually decided to go ahead and make a beef heart mix. And it actually seems to be working out. I've been doing it for about a week and their stomachs aren't sunken in, their heads are still fat. And this one in particular has taken well to the beef heart a lot. Oh boy, Scribbles. He's a really pretty discus. He's definitely one of my favorites, if not my favorite. Besides the turquoise and Brain's my homeboy. But anyway, sidetrack. That guy really likes it, and a lot of the other ones take to it well too. I'm not too sure as to if they were exposed to it at the fish farm. I'm pretty sure they were exposed to frozen foods, probably, maybe some live blackworms. I'm not exactly sure what fish farms feed discus, or what breeders feed discus. I'm pretty sure it varies amongst all of them. Everybody's different. So these guys have actually enjoyed the beef heart mix that I made, and I thought I'd share it with you. And also for my personal documentation too. I'm gonna look back on this whenever I'm gonna make my next batch, truly. So this is a combination of several that I've seen. I've seen about, I don't know, there were about 4 that I took information from, little bits and pieces of their recipes, and I combined them. I'll link those in the description, and this is the recipe that I used essentially. Very simple, and with this video, following it or taking notes, get your pen and your paper, whatever you're gonna do, because you're gonna write this down. Because not only do I want you to follow it, I want myself to be able to follow it later whenever I revisit it. So that's pretty much what's gonna happen. Watch this video, and I hope it helps you out. All right, so today is the day. Today is the day I'm going to create a beef mix to supplement my discus, because I'm really trying to get into this. Really trying to figure out how these guys make these discus so big. I mean, there's pellets and everything, but I'm just gonna try this. Joey makes this stuff. I've seen several people make this on YouTube, but not too many. So that's why I'm adding my experience to the archive. And essentially what I did was I took a few videos, which I'll link down below, and I kind of combined all of them. And this is what I came up with. So let's get started. So essentially, as far as powders go, I went ahead and got the astaxanthin and the pure spirulina powder. Also, I'm going to be adding paprika. So the astaxanthin is for red and pinks. This is supposed to supplement the green and blue colors, and this one is for the orange colors. So that, and the only other powder I'm adding is going to be this. This is some Rapashi grub pie. Evidently, one of the guys said he was using this, and it tended to keep the beef heart mix together, because they say this can foul your water pretty easily. And I'll show you what I'm doing to combat that, as far as using one method instead of the other. So this is the beef heart. I'm thawing it out in water. So boiled it because we have this little water scare right now in Houston, and I put some ice cubes in there with that were not made within the past 24 hours. And I went ahead and started thawing that out. It should be fine. The blood is kind of coming out of it too, so I think maybe that'll clean it up. And then I have said half a pound of spinach. I'm gonna go ahead and just use 1 bushel, and I'm gonna blanch it. So they say it makes it easier to blend it with everything else. I'm putting some carrots in there. I don't even know what this would be. This is a quarter pound, probably not even. Then I'm using 3 garlic cloves for the intestinal tract. They say it's good for digestion. Then it coats the intestines or something like that. Then I'm gonna go ahead and put some peas in there, a superfood. Gonna go ahead and get some tilapia, 1 pound of tilapia, 1 pound of raw. It was actually easy peel. Unfortunately, they don't have any that are already peeled like this, so you're gonna have to put in the work. And then I have those things that I'm gonna put the mix into, and then I have this doodad, which is what I'm gonna mix and essentially blend the ingredients together with. Not going with a blender, not going with a food processor, because it's almost like a puree that it gives you, and I don't want to do that. I want to see if I can get some nice little worms out here and mush them together and then just put them in there. And then I also, my sister hooked me up with these. So now that that's done, that's probably the worst part of this whole process. So now we're gonna combine them. So basically, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go ahead and add this mixture first. I'm gonna go ahead and add this. And I cooled this because I've tried to grind meat before and it didn't work out so well because it was hot. I mean, it was cold, warm, so it was kind of mushy. So whenever it's cold, it firms it up, and you know, that'll help the situation. Now that that's done, let's go ahead and put the peas, and carrots, and all the minced garlic. That's done. I'm gonna do 1 tablespoon of paprika, and I'm gonna do 2 tablespoons of rapashi. This says 1 part powder to 3 parts water. Let cool or immediately pour into mold. So we'll set at room temperature. I want to try this stuff by itself too, but 2 tablespoons, roughly. We'll add the stacks of them. Got this from Ken's Fish. So we'll go ahead and do 2 tablespoons of the spirulina. Well, that's a little more. That's probably about a tablespoon. We'll do 1 tablespoon of paprika. That's a nice round tablespoon. I'm gonna do 2 tablespoons of this. I'm gonna be generous with these tablespoons. Do pretty much 2 tablespoons of everything except the paprika. Maybe a little more. I'm gonna go ahead and do 3 tablespoons. Or you know what? I'm gonna do 4. Let's go ahead and do 4, because this will be helping it stay together. So double this. It'll be easier to remember anyway. So we'll go ahead, start mixing the mix. Okie dokie. That looks pretty mixed. Glad I went with 4 tablespoons of that. I accidentally popped. But there's 2. Ugh. Yeah, so you just get 2 of these things. Get 1, get 2 of them out. Alright, so now for this to come together. So this guy goes in first. Then you go ahead, snag the blade in the little grate, and then this guy.